Why are we as black women forcing black love when black men are not even trying to do black love? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zogi and I'm a Gemini, which is why this channel is called Zogi the Gemini. So in today's video we are going to be talking about an age-old topic, which is black love. Now be ready for your feelings to be hurt. I'm going to be discussing whether black love is still relevant, is it overrated, or has it fizzled down? So if you are interested to hear what I have to say, and you are also interested in commenting your opinion and letting me know exactly where you stand on this matter, then make sure you stay tuned. Now after you're there, courtesy demands that you like the video, you comment and you subscribe. Anyways, let me not talk too much and let's get into this topic. So guys, I feel like I've had an epiphany. I feel like I see the world a little bit different now. And you know what is crazy here? Because if black love had one friend, it will be me. Before times has changed. But before, if the whole concept of black love had one friend, had one supporter, it will be me. If black love had zero supporters and no friends, I will be dead. That's how much I I love black love. I see the importance of it. I grew up, I am a product of black love. Do you get what I mean? And I've never been like anti-interracial relationships. Do you get what I mean? Like, love who you want to love. But I've always seen like the benefits and advantages of black love and the family it creates and all of the things that come with it. But times have changed, guys. Times have changed. And you know what is mad, yeah? Because before, as you guys know, I wasn't even just black love. I was very much like, I want a Nigerian guy. Like, I was not trying to entertain any guy that was not Nigerian. So that's how specific I was. That's how deep in the trenches I went there. I said it. That's how deep in the trenches I was. If he's not Nigerian, I cannot entertain him. Because I was very much like, I want to marry a Nigerian guy. Don't get me wrong. I still want to marry a Nigerian guy, but my approach did not make sense. So before, I was very much like, because I want to marry a Nigerian guy, I'm not even going to entertain any other guy, because my ideology was that obviously whoever I date, a person will eventually become my husband. So how can I say I want to marry a Nigerian guy and I'm dating different races, I'm dating people from all over the world? But times have changed, because one thing I've realized, yeah, and I know it sounds cliche to say, is that I feel like the foundations of which black love has even been built on is one that just doesn't favor me. Because even if you look at older relationships, older marriages, and the things that the women went through, the kind of things the men did, it's not worth it. A lot of guys that I would date or my age, they grew up to see their father do certain things to their mother. Do you get what I mean? And they also saw their mom put up with it. There's one thing their mom even putting up with it, and there's another thing their mom defending and even justifying their dad's behavior. And that has now spoken volumes into guys that you see in their 30s and in their 20s. They see love, or they see black love in a particular way because the one they grew up with, they see a struggle, basically. Or actually no, they don't see a struggle. They see it as they can get away with whatever they want to get away with. And another thing, I feel like some black men see black love as, no matter how deep in the trenches I am, no matter how unserious I am about life, no matter how much I'm unmotivated, and no matter how much I'm a toxic person, she will stay with me, because it's part of the building blocks of black love to go through hardship, to go through suffering, to go through emotional abuse, to go through the trenches. And I'm not saying that this is a definite, these are very much my opinion. Everything I say on my channel is my opinion, but I feel like a lot of people, a lot of men, the way they view black love is not even something like, that they don't necessarily even see it as something that they want to achieve. It's something like, okay, they can have it if they want to. So my thing is, why are we as black women forcing black love when black men are not even trying to do black love? More time, black men will rather date every and any single other race. You know, your preference is your preference, but they are not trying to advocate for black love. So why are we? Like, why are we? Do you get it? Like, if it's not reciprocated, why are we forcing something that they are not even trying to, they don't necessarily see the importance of? And even if they do, the way they view black love, they don't view it as, you know, this is a, I don't want to say strong black woman, but, you know, this is someone that looks at someone I grew up with, do you get what I mean, that has similar heritage of mine, similar cultures, similar morals. They're not even thinking like that. So why will us as black women do that? And it's until I opened up my dating preferences, that's when I knew I fucked up over these years. At this point, I just feel like it doesn't make sense to cut yourself off from other races and just focus and say, this, I just want black men, I just want this, when they are not doing the same. Do you get what I mean? It's not reciprocated. It's one-sided. So it just doesn't make sense. This is not saying that you shouldn't, you know, still go for black men, because I'll tell you now, I'm definitely still gonna go for black men. Do you get what I mean? I'm still very much attracted to black men. But it's just saying, go where you're celebrated. More than anything, if you get anything from this video, it's go where you are celebrated. Because even from my experiences, yeah, you guys know how I am. Like, I'm a hot-headed, like, you know, I can be passionate and da-da-da-da-da. And I found it interesting that when I've dated outside my race, when I've dated Oyinbo, if that's also common, but when I dated an Oyinbo, or briefly dated Oyinbo, it's interesting because every single piece of my action, he will try to justify it. So he'll just be like, oh, you seem like you're angry, but that's because you probably had a bad day, or like, oh, maybe you just don't like he would try and understand why I was moving how I was moving. Whereas some black men that I've spoken to in the past, well, some Nigerian men will be like, that's your problem, you're too hot-headed, da-da-da-da-da. Not really understanding the reason as to why I'm moving how I'm moving, or I'm acting how I'm acting, or the kind of things I'm saying. Not really trying to see the depth as to why I'm moving how I'm moving. They just take it at face value, that's how black women are. Do you get what I mean? And you know, when someone has in their mind that's how black women are, there's no changing it. Don't even try. It is not your cross to carry. It is not your burden to take on. If a guy has this whole analogy of that's how black women are, that's my problem with black women, my sister, leave it. Leave it. Him and his mum can go and deal with it. Do you get? Him and his mother can go and deal with it. That is not, you're not gonna, you know, I know sometimes us women feel like we can change him, he's been hurt before, Yeah, cool, you may be able to change him, but why? Like, why are you putting yourself through so much hardship? Yeah, in the very end, he may change, he may become nicer, he may become more understanding, but you will go through years of emotional and sometimes verbal and sometimes physical abuse. How this guy is trying to mentally balance himself, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So my whole notion of it is like, should we push black love as much when it's not being reciprocated? Don't get me wrong, I know black men still want black women. This is not, I'm not saying now black men don't want black women, so black women shouldn't want black men. It's not that. It's the whole, I've seen a pattern of when a black guy gets to a certain social status or economic status, more so, when his bank account changes, his preference also changes. Because my thing is, I'm not knocking your preference. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have that preference. But sir, gentlemen, explain to me why your preference all of a sudden changed quite drastically. Your ex-girlfriend, your current girlfriend look very different when you got that new business opportunity, or when you started this new role, or when your life took a very fortunate turn. Why is it that your preference is based on your economic status. But when you were grafting, trying to make it, trying to do something with your life, you knew you wanted this particular girl because you knew that she would be there for you, and you know that she will ride the storm. You know she will be the backbone. You know she's a ride or die. She ain't trying to drop you. She ain't gonna judge you because of where you are. She's looking at where you will become. Do you get what I mean? So she's not gonna say, okay, this is where we are now, I'm not gonna judge you off it, because you know there's still room to grow. You are grafting. Do you get what I mean? So that's why she saw the potential in you. She saw the lovely man you can become. But when money came, when your money changed, so did your preferences. And that's my thing. I'm not saying this happens to every single person, yeah, but my thing is, I personally, even if I'm just talking on behalf of myself, I am gonna go where I'm celebrated. Do you get what I mean? I am trying to break away from the chains of suffer love, struggle love. They don't really understand who you are, but they've just grown up to have this mentality of black women are this. But when you want someone to be your backbone, when you want someone to support you, you know black women's name then. You know who they are then. But when you have money, things change. Your preference changes. If your preference was always the same, and I respect men like that, who from their first girlfriend, and you know, life changes, you know, your preference will evolve, yeah, but it's just that sudden change. Do you get what I mean? There's not even a sequential pattern. There's not even like the odd spare, okay, this girlfriend looks like this, It's like all your past dealings, or majority of the time, the one girl you had for a period of time, look like this. When you got money, when your economic state, when your social status changed, so did your preference. And that's why I'm just like, what advantage is there to black women to force black love? Like, what are we gaining from it? Because even if we're not even talking about African culture, we just talk about black culture in general. Sorry, this sounds mad to say, I don't feel like black women historically, yeah, I'm not saying, you know, every single situation is different. So if people comment down like, well, I got a black boyfriend and he treats me like a queen, and so he should. Do you get? And so he should. But I'm not talking about the 1-2 examples. I'm talking about the sequence of pattern and what I've seen and observed over the years. And that is, a lot of times I don't think the black woman benefits much from this whole black love. Do you get what I mean? I don't think they gain that much, because this mentality of a woman is almost a doormat. A woman should be subordinate. A woman should be submissive. When you yourself, would you submit to yourself? And I've heard a number of black guys say this. Oh, black women don't know how to submit. Would you submit to yourself, sir? In order for me to submit to you, you have to ensure you have the qualities in which I will drop or reduce and be submissive to. If you are not in possession of those qualities, if you don't understand what needs to be done, then sir, quite frankly, no one should be submitting to anyone. You live your life, she lives her life, you guys cohabit, get married or whatever. But this whole submissive thing, and you know you don't possess the skills and the quality of being someone that someone should submit to, you're living in la la land. Anyways, to wrap up this video, go where you're celebrated. And that's for anyone and everyone. Go where you're celebrated and go where you're loved. If you don't want to go with a particular person, that is your preference, do you get what I mean? But I'm just saying, I'm noticing a sequence of pattern. Do you get what I mean? And that's why I wanted to have this discussion with you guys. And emphasis on discussion. This is not me saying, oh, this is fact, I'm not going for black love anymore. That is a lie. Because even right now, that is a lie. That would be a lie if I say I don't like black men anymore. That would be a damn right lie. And you guys know I don't lie. I chat too much to lie. Anyways, let me know what you think down below. Do you think black love is expired, overrated? Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.